Hi everyone, this is Erin from Sandpaper Road, and today I'm going to show you how to create a series of your own tags using one sheet of 12 by 12 cardstock. We're going to get started right away, and you're going to need a paper trimmer and a large sheet of 12 by 12 cardstock. This is in inches. Of course, it can be light or dark, whatever you have on hand. And the first thing you want to do is to trim it, especially if it has a little strip on the end, as cardstock often does. You want to trim that off, but not just where the strip ends. I'm actually measuring to make sure that it is 12 by 12 exactly. Okay, so that's the first step of this. Most of your cardstock pieces are going to be pretty close. But as you can see, even this little tiny sliver is going to make a difference. Once you get your cardstock cut to 12 by 12, what you're going to want to do is to cut it into 4 pieces, each measuring 3 by 12. Now, of course, these are just my recommendations for how to make the most out of your cardstock. You can do your own measurements, and obviously you can make these tags whatever size you want. This is just something that works for me. It works for me because this is the size I tend to use for projects. A2 size cards or scrapbook layouts. So now I have 4 strips that each measure 3 by 12. Now I can cut each one of those strips into tags that measure 5 inches by 3 inches. So I look for my 5-inch mark, which is sometimes hard to see. Where is my 5? There it is. Okay. 5 by 3. And we do that for all of these strips. Now I'm not going to go through right now, and do them all. I'll do them off camera and then cut back. But when you have this little piece left over, we're going to hang on to that, and I'll show you why in a minute. All right, so I have 4 smaller pieces and 8 pieces that measure 5 inches by 3 inches. Now you could use your tag just the way this is. Again, this isn't rocket science. This is certainly not new, and I certainly did not invent this, but just sort of a reminder video, okay? Now the way that you create the little tag look is if you could just pinch your, let me move these out of the way here. If you just pinch it together, just pinch top 2 corners together like this, okay? And I'm not really folding it all the way. Then what you can do is take your scissors, and wherever you want, you can just snip it off. And then you have the look. And that is it. That's it. Now, the cool thing about this is that then, as you do this for each one, you can use that first tag as a guide. You don't have to keep pinching all the tags. You really only have to do it for one. Then you'll have all of them the exact same size. The nice thing about this method is that then you also have these corner cuts available. Okay, so once you have corner cuts, you can use them in a variety of different projects. And you go through and you do that with all the tags, and then you have all your tags. Seems sort of silly, but it's true. Here are some ideas for using the corner cuts then on your projects. Okay, you can use them around the corners, obviously. Here's a way that you can use a tag right there. You can stamp on it. Let's see if I have any other ones. Well, you saw these few here that I think I showed. You can decorate this tag, you know, inks, paints, whatever, embellishments. You can emboss, whatever you want. Something I like to do, especially when I'm using a light cardstock, and I know it might be a little bit hard to see on my white background, you know, with the cream colored cardstock, but something that I really like to do, these I didn't make. I used a different method for that, is if you have these big background stamps, maybe you have these, or maybe you have other cling stamps, you know, that are big background stamps. It's really nice, excuse me, I have a textured cardstock here, which is good on one side, but on the other side it's smooth. And if you stamp on one side with a background stamp, then you have a choice. When you're going to craft, you can decide, do you want a stamped side? Do you want a plain side? And that really helps make good use of your supplies. Plus, don't forget that stamping and then embossing on top of that makes a really, really nice look. That's something that I did a little bit here on this one. I actually embossed it first and then just used an ink pad and went over it. Now, this is why I wanted to show you this tag. This right here piece is one of these. It fits right on top of your tag. So, I mean, you can decorate that. That's the exact same color. I just used a little different ink, some stamping, some embellishments that I had, and that's it in a brad. Cute, cute, cute. Now you can use your tags if you have, this is an A2 size card base. Now the tag fits perfectly on an angle, and that is the easiest card you'll ever make in your life. Of course, a piece of pattern paper underneath and you are good to go. So I hope you enjoyed this video about how to make tag shapes. This isn't about creating individual design tags. This is really only supposed to be about the dimensions for actually cutting them. So hope you enjoyed this. Feel free, watch it as many times as you want. Add it to your playlist so that you can always come back to it. And thanks so much for subscribing to Sandpaper Road. Just hit that subscribe button and you'll always be notified when new videos are made and released. So hope to see you in the next video, and thanks again for watching. Bye-bye.